and welcome to Real Students, where we show films that leave you reeling for more. I'm your host, Alexis Faust, and with me tonight is Jonathan Picket, writer and director of the fall 2015 short film, Graceface. Thanks for being with us tonight, Jonathan.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, so tell me, what's Graceface about, and what was the inspiration behind making it?
Yeah, so Graceface is a semi-autobiographical kind of short film. It's based on an experience that I had as a student, and it just starts off with this character who realizes that he missed an assignment for the day, and so he spends the rest of the day trying to correct that mistake, trying all these different ways that he can get this assignment turned in, and he encounters so many roadblocks on the way, and it's just about him trying to overcome that conflict.
That's great. I feel like that's super relatable for a bunch of college students. So I understand that you co-produced this Graceface film with Sarai Vasquez, and I want to know, what were the benefits or the conflicts with shooting with her?
Oh, all benefits with Sarai. I mean, she's an amazing producer. We've worked together in the past a ton, and she has this uncanny ability to be able to just pull things out of the air. I'll text her, hey, we're missing these props. Can you get them? And she's like, oh, I have them 5 minutes later. And so working with her is always super awesome. I'd love to have her on any project I did.
I also know that this was an independent study project. Tell me how you got your crew and a bunch of people involved.
Yeah, so that was actually one of my concerns when I first started the project. And so I went to Dr. Hewitt and I asked him, what do you think I should do for getting crew? And he said that I could offer Point TV hours to students if they helped work on the film. And so that was one of the ways, but there was so many people in the end that helped on it that weren't even in the Point TV class. And so I was really happy to hear that. I think it's a testament to the people in the department. And I remember one day after we were shooting, I said oh, don't forget to add the hours to your sheet. And they were all oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. So I think, yeah, the people are always just so willing to help in this department. And I think that they really enjoy filmmaking. And that was really cool for me to see, I think.
Cool. So now that Graceface is over and finished, what are the plans for the future?
Well, I've submitted to a couple festivals so far. There's I think 10 in total. And 3 I've heard back from, and they've got into, so there's 2 online ones that it's playing in right now, and then there's one that it's going to be screening up in Penn State, in March, I think. And so, yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I'm hoping to hear back from more in March, April.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being on the show tonight, and I think it's time to watch it for ourselves. Roll it.
Once upon a time, there was a little college freshman named Phil. Though Phil enjoyed the freedom and fun that came with the first semesters of college, he found he was having a very difficult time carrying the increased responsibility. His midterm paper was due at 8 a.m. Phil raced to Dr. Inglewood's office to reason with him. He tried to explain how his workload felt like a brick wall that was getting built twice as fast as he could knock it down. But Dr. Inglewood was unusually peeved because Phil's rambling was now cutting into his daily waffle and cream brunch.
All right, look, Phil. Get it on my desk by 4 o'clock today, or else it's a 0.
Please, Dr. Inglewood, if you could just give me until class tomorrow.
You need to start taking responsibility for your work. No more grace for you.
So Phil's questionable hallmate gave him his first pop of Adderall, and Phil completed what he fell asleep working on the previous night in only 5 hours and 10 minutes.
Lordy B, 340? Nailed it! Now all I have to do is skid diddly D, command P, run it to his office, and I'll be just fine.
Don't worry, I'll snag some more ink ASAP. Love, thy roomie.
Ah!
After all the dilemmas of the day, Phil was wondering, what could possibly go wrong next? Well, we're about to find out.
Okay, 350, that leaves 1 minute to park, 5 to print, 2 for delivering, full sprint, 2 minutes for printing complete.
At this point, Phil had accepted the reality that college was a rushing river to him, and he was paddling upstream with half of one oar. But he was determined to be a responsible adult and traverse that uphill river despite the many grueling setbacks.
Whoa, bro!
You parked in a commuter spot.
I know, I just had to print one thing off real quick. I came right back. I'll move it now. Just please give me a little bit of grace.
Consider this your warning.
As Phil glanced down and saw that his term paper was a totaling train wreck, and it was now 4:01, a piece inside of him broke and he just about lost it right there in the commuter lot. But then Phil remembered the security guard, and he realized something. There are tiny little moments of grace in our everyday lives. Sometimes we're just too busy focusing on the inconveniences to even notice them.
Bummer.
And then Phil was struck by a moving car.